February 2022, sorting the 2021 non-bearded golden pullets. I've already made the preliminary marks on the pullets here from the first 4 age groups. We're going to walk through them here. This first one, right off the bat, I feel she carries her wings sloppy, and she's very small. These 2 birds are the same age, so this one's out. The second bird, I feel that her hackle color, ground color in her hackle is much lighter than the rest of her body, and her shafting in her feathers is noticeably lighter, so she's out. This one's still in. This one here again, we got kind of a sloppy wing. I don't really care for her crest, and she's a smaller bird. Poor crest on this one, small bird is a smaller bird as well. This one's still in. This one's out. Her lacing is very thick at the tips, and her tail's fairly peppered, which a lot of these are. But her hackle also, again, is a lighter shade than her body. This one's still in, even though her tail is extremely dark. We'll talk about her later. This one's still in. This one's still in. These 2 are out. Again, hackle color on both of them. Very thick tips on her lacing. High tail, not a very large crest, and they're showing white in their crest already. So I'm going to remove those, and I'm going to bring the rest of the golds out, and we're going to go through them. I was talking about how some of these birds have got thicker tips to their lacing. Well, when they're standing, you think the whole body's laced, but as you can see, you look at the feathers, and that lacing doesn't go all the way around the feather. Not only that, but as you get further back towards the legs, there's no lacing to be had really back here. So that's why that bird's out. So we're at part 2 of the golden pullet sort here. There was 5 that I held back out of the original group, and then I added an additional 4 over here. So gone ahead and I've done my sorting. Here again, we've got a pullet with very blocky lacing. Small size, although she is several weeks younger. Small crest, not really digging her hackle color. Next one, blocky lacing again. She's got quite a bit of peppering getting into her saddles. And I feel like she's holding her wings kind of low, and she's kind of short-legged, so she's out. This one here, her lacing is pretty bad on her breast. I can tell just standing back here without even grabbing her that it doesn't go all the way around. Crest is small and loose, tail's kind of pinched, but she does like to show herself and strut, which is, you know, a good thing. So she might make it into the final sort. This one here, not really much of a crest to speak of. Shafting in the feathers that goes all the way to the tip of the feather and cuts into the lacing. So she's out. And then that leaves these 4 here again. I said I was going to talk about these 2 earlier, and the reason these 2 are staying, even though this one is way too dark in the tail. You see it blowing up there in the wind. All that extra black, and she's got a pretty black head. And she does have white in the crest, but these 2 are out of my line of golds, which they have a lot more width to their body, even though they are a smaller bodied bird. And I feel like they've got a denser, fuller crest. So those 2 are going to be the ones I select for my own blood. The others are out of my other line of golds, which were bred by somebody else for quite some time. And So when it's all said and done, I'm going to have 4 pullets that I'm going to pick out of the 2021 birds to compare to the breeding hens, 2 of which will be for my line and 2 of which will be for the other line. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the ones that I want to remove, and I'm going to take these 2 out because I know I'm keeping them, and then we'll do our final sort to see which 2 pullets get kept for that other line. Final 4 is going to be the 2 to the right that I'm going to keep. This one down here didn't make the cut just due to crest size and poor lacing and light color and shafting and things like that. The second one here is the smallest of the 4 up here, despite not being the youngest, and it has the most white in its crest. These 2 here I feel have pretty nice crests for that line, and the one to the left especially I feel is a darker ground color, which I definitely am aiming for, even though her ground color and her hackle aren't quite the same. But all of this is a work in progress.